What is going on, everyone? We are back with another review. In this one, we are reviewing episode 6, Welcome to Camp Nightmare, part 2. Directed by Ron Oliver, written by Jeffrey Cohen. It's based off of Welcome to Camp Nightmare, which is Goosebumps number 9. And the episode's released this episode released November 24th, 1995. I remember I was 10. I was 10 years old. Actually, I was probably 9 years old when this actually started. Almost 10 years old, because I was born in December. Man. So, before we get too far into this, remember, if you want to watch everything a week earlier, sign up to the Patreon. And I purchased all of Goosebumps Season 1 over on Vudu. Now, with that being said, where can I begin? Welcome to Camp Nightmare was one of my favorite stories early on. Obviously, this is only both the episodes are combined in episodes 5 and 6 out of I think it's like a 19 episode season. So we're 1/4 of the way through all of it, guys. That is so neat, so exciting. Basically, it picks up where we left off. The kids are inside the bunker. It turns out to be Larry. I was right. Larry leaves all huffy and puffy because they're inside the camp instead of being out in the tent. They all sleep through the night. The next morning, they go confront Larry in the mess hall for breakfast. Larry tells them that they need to go swimming. On their way, he decides he's going to walk off. Billy decides he's going to walk off. He tells his buddies he'll meet up with them at the lake. So they go to the lake. He goes off on his own little area. He goes to what looks like the mess hall again. Like he circles back around and goes back to the mess hall, or maybe it's like the main office or whatever. But he goes to use the phone that's hanging up on the outside. It's broke. He runs into I don't remember what his goddamn Al. He runs into Al. Al's the owner, head owner or whatever. Al then proceeds to tell him that the phone does not work, as you can tell. He then goes on to get into a little bit of a debate with Billy, because Billy's like, where are these kids? And Al's like, they don't exist. No one is here at the camp by that name. He tells him to go to the lake. So Billy goes to the lake. When he gets to the lake, Larry comes out tripping about nobody having life preservers on. He throws 2 out to the kids to the 2 kids out inside the canoe. He tells Billy to put 1 on. The kids lean over to get the things out of the water. They fall in. One can't swim. The other one is trying to save the other one that can't swim. They both go under and disappear. Billy tries to go into the water. Larry tries to stop him. Larry accidentally lets go. Billy goes in the water. Larry runs off. Billy can't find them anywhere. So Billy then gets out, goes back to the lodge or his bunk, throws some clothes back on, grabs the bat, walks outside and starts finding letters written by the kids that don't exist, just kind of scattered about. So he then proceeds to follow the trail to the forbidden bunk, goes inside the forbidden bunk, and meets up with the girl that's in there from earlier in the first episode that he met that was really cool. As they talk, he realizes that there's this big metal bin inside there. They pull off the little cloth that seems to be covering it, and you find out it's all the kids' letters, not just from then, but from the past. He thinks it's really weird that they're all just sitting inside this big bin. They then proceed to hear some kids meeting up outside, and Billy tells the girl that they will meet up later. Billy then proceeds to run into the group, and Al is leading this group of boys on what appears to be a hunting mission where they're going to be hunting the girl he was just talking to because she's not where she's ever supposed to be. Billy starts to get extremely concerned, and he's like, so we're just going to kill her? And Al tells him, he's like, they're just tranquilizer darts. They're not going to kill her. They're not even going to hurt her. And he's like, no, this is crazy. So he points the gun at Al, and Al's like, Billy, don't do something stupid, and goes on to, they kind of go back and forth, and Billy finally shoots him with the tranquilizer dart. Al starts to laugh, and he's like, you passed, Billy, good job. Tells everybody that they can come out. The first two people out are Billy's mom and dad, and they come out and they're like, good job, son, you passed. And at that point, Billy's like, what do you mean this was a test? Like, what's going on? And it was like, we're actually a secret government agency, or secret government testing facility, and we're all actors. All the students here, all the adults, we're all actors. And he's like, oh, okay. He's like, yeah, but what about this kid? And that kid comes out, and basically everybody that had died and disappeared before, and then the girl that he was talking to, everybody comes out and says hi and announces that they're good. And the parents tell him, and they're like, hey, Billy, we did this because we're going on a special expedition, and you needed to be tested to make sure that you're, good enough to go. And they're like, all right, we got to leave tomorrow morning, so we better go get some rest. And Billy's like, so where are we going? And they're like, a dangerous little planet called Earth, and it looks up into the sky, and you can see Earth off in the distance, and that's when you find other aliens, and they're, thinking of us as aliens, so they're like, we're gonna go mingle with the weird alien people, and it is just such a fun ending, and it's such a good story, and it's hard for me to explain to you guys how I want you to know, like, the next episode that we're going to cover is another episode I'm not a big fan of. The one afterwards also a little bit on the lower end scale of things, so it's like we're going to have like 2 episodes in a row that just aren't the greatest, but I'm still excited for them in the sense that, like, we're progressing. The next one is one of the last ones for a while that I've seen. And yeah, it's fun. This is all fun. I loved it. I did. Welcome to Camp Nightmare. Magnificent. Another great story by R.L. Stine. So that is going to do it. Thank you guys for watching. Tomorrow, I believe this is Saturday that this is coming out on Patreon. Honestly, it's going to be a Saturday regardless if it's Patreon or YouTube. But if I've got this planned out the way that I thought, tomorrow you guys should be getting a new episode for Bangkok Haunted. I believe it is your second. And then we will proceed on Monday to continue with, with more Goosebumps. No, Monday will actually be the last episode of Patient 7. So be on the lookout for that. Thank you guys for hanging out. We'll see you next time. Peace.